Driver than me.
Hi guys, it's Friday. Now I've come out a little bit earlier than I normally do, but before we get started I've got a bit of gossip for you. So Uber has appointed its new Chief of Operating Officer, and they haven't had one of these since 2019. And if memory serves, that's when Uber was really popular and wasn't getting slated all over the forums. So whether it goes back and reverts back and gets popular again and nice things said, who knows? Time will tell on that. And they've also launched an errand service. Now, the errand service is where businesses can go through the Uber app and get the likes of dry cleaning picked up or important documents sent from one office to the other. Now, they've only started this in a couple of cities. I'll put it up here, but it's due to be rolled out to the bottom lot of cities a bit further on, which I find, I can't see it, you know, it reminds me of, I think it's DoorDash in America, where drivers do errands for people. I'm not sure it'll be popular here. What's your thoughts on that? And of course, today it's Eid, isn't it? So happy Eid to anyone who's celebrating it. With that in mind, I'm hoping today's going to be quite busy with a chunk of the workforce not working. Possible surges. Let's find out. First 2 hours up and I'm on 50 odd quid. Now, I haven't had any surges, but I'm not complaining with what I've earned so far. I've just had an incident where a guy gets in the car and he's got a toddler with him. And he puts himself in the seat, then he puts the seatbelt over the toddler as well and clips it in. And I went, oh mate, I wouldn't do that. And he went, well, this is how you're meant to do it. And I went, well, they're meant to have car seats, but obviously we're exempt, being private hire drivers. I said, but if you're driving along and I have to slam on, it's gonna stop, the seatbelt's gonna stop and you're gonna end up crushing the kid. I went, so you're probably best just having him on your knee and holding on to him. But I wasn't 100% sure whether that was the right advice. Just what I thought about what could happen with the seatbelt. So instantly I said to him, but of course, mate, it's totally up to you. R5, and I'm on 103, I think it is. There we go. Now, although that's good, and I'm certainly not going to complain, I haven't had a single surge trip. All my trips have just been good trips. It does feel like it's paying out a bit more than usual, but not classing them as surge jobs because they didn't have the surge icons there. Now, all I've seen on my map is little clouds here and there. Nothing like this. That's Birmingham. Look at that. It's nothing like that where I am. Now, you can be really unlucky with surges, but look at this driver. How lucky is that? Sorry, Carl, Scouser of the Zone. I had to mention that, mate, because that made me howl. Hopefully, I'll get a surge in the next hour. But I also have to do an errand with my wife. 6:30, and I'm on 127. So another good hour, but still no surge. And I've been sitting in surge jobs, but just not one offer has been a surge for me. I've now got to pick up my wife and daughter and take them to a concert thing that's going on in Liverpool city centre. So the next clip you see will be an hour after I've done that. Now, it is in the city centre, so I may as well switch my set on in the city centre when I've dropped them off. Oh no. Right, what you're seeing on the screen now is 7:15, just after I drop the missus off in the city centre, and then press go. And then roughly an hour later, it finally started offering me surge jobs. Well, I don't know. Can we call them surge jobs? Here's a couple of examples. So we've got this one. Then we've got this one. Now, I think I need a drum roll for the next one. Drum roll. And this one. That's a surge, that. I wouldn't even do that on non-surge, never mind putting a surge icon next to it. I don't know what's going on. But any of the OK jobs are like 6-7 miles away. So I barely made me 20 quid an hour this hour. Another hour up, 9:15, 9:20, thereabouts, and I am on 170. So a couple more of them ridiculous surges were offered. It's like, no thanks. And I even I checked on the forums, you know, on the likes of Facebook and stuff, and other drivers were getting similar ridiculous jobs and laughing. Everyone was laughing at it. So it wasn't good for surges when it should have been, really. I've just had a woman, pregnant woman, I picked her up. She gets in the back. As we're on the journey, she goes, "Can I vape?" And I went, "No, you can't vape." And then she leans behind me chair. You see a big blue glow all in me car, and then it stinks of like cherry or something. It's like, why ask if you're just gonna do it anyway? So we had a few words, and needless to say, she got a 1 star. But I was lucky in one aspect, because I've just got a trip back into town and I need to pick my missus up soon. So I'm going to end this video here. So here's the hours I've done. Here's what I finished on. And there's the total by the hour. So not a bad day, but I had absolutely no luck with Surge. Let me know how you did with Surge. Now, I did do a video the other day of me hitting 300 quid in a one shift. If you haven't seen that, it's this one. If you've enjoyed this though, give us a like, give us a sub. I'll catch you in the next one.